Okay, good morning, Year 10. So, this will probably be the last thing you need to know before your exam week. Okay, so I'll speak a little bit about your exam week. So, it's the week beginning 22nd of June, isn't it? And I think Mr. Joyce is sorting you out a timetable and all of that sort of stuff. So what we're going to do kind of next week is we're going to spend it revising, but this is the last thing you need to know before your exam, okay? So this is why we're spending the double lesson doing this. We haven't quite finished chapter 15, but I'm going to come back to some of that stuff. Also, some of the stuff at the end of chapter 15 is quite difficult. Some of you might have heard of the 3D shape frustums, which is kind of like a cone, but with the top of the cone chopped off. And we would need to find the area and the surface area of a frustum, which is very, very difficult for me to teach from here. As being, in top set and aiming for those higher grades, that sort of stuff is at the highest level, and that's something that we might have to come back to. Anyways, so this is the last thing that we need to do, and this is at the start of chapter 16. So what we're going to be doing today is the mean of grouped data. So we'll start off with a little revision of finding the mean from a frequency table, and then moving on to the mean of group data. So, starting off, it says find the mean averages of these amounts. You've got a few bits of money there. We know that to find the mean, you would need to add up those amounts of money and then divide them by how many amounts of money there were. So, altogether, there's £78. Divided by 15 amounts of money gives £5.20 each. So say that there was 15 people and that's how much money they had. If they wanted to add it up and split it equally, you would get 78 divided by 15 and it'd be £5.20 each, rather than them all having different amounts. That would be the mean average. So we know that. That's basic averages knowledge. Let's do a little bit of revision on mean from a frequency table. So this doesn't look like a frequency table, but some of you might be able to see the link between how you can make it into a frequency table. So 3 children had 1 sweet, 2 children had 2 sweets, 8 children had 3 sweets, and 3 children have 4 sweets each. Find the mean number of sweets per child. So 3 children had 1 sweet, which means there were 3 ones. 2 children had 2 sweets, which means that there were 2 twos. 8 children had 3 sweets, so that's why there's 8 threes. And then 3 children have 4 sweets each, which is why there's 3 fours. So you've got all of that there. You've got it kind of, instead of it looking at like that, you've got it in a list, which is probably what you're more used to seeing. You find the mean, you add that all up, 43, divide it by how many children there were, but there were 2 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3, which was 16, and you get 2.69 sweets per child. And you'd usually round it to a decimal. You wouldn't actually use kind of intuitive rounding where you think, I can't get 0.69 of a sweet. You don't need to think about that sort of thing. 2.69 is your answer. So it's not exact, so it's been rounded to 2 decimal places, and that's absolutely fine. So this is how you could kind of think about it in a different way. 3 children had 1 sweet, that's 3 sweets altogether, 3 times 1. 2 children had 2 sweets, that's 2 times 2, which is 4. 8 children had 3 sweets, that's 8 times 3, which is 24. 3 children each had 4 sweets, that's 3 times 4, which is 12 sweets altogether. Total number of sweets, just adding 3, 4, 24 and 12 together gives you 43. Amount of children, 3 plus 2 plus 8 plus 3 is 16. So doing 43 divided by 16 gets you that same amount. Now here is how it could look in a frequency table. Number of sweets, frequency, total sweets. Okay, that's how that could look. That data that we've just seen before about kids having sweets, that's how it could look in a frequency table. Now, I'm sure that some of you remember seeing this. We have done this. This was actually, we did this in year 9, I think, at the start of year 9, averages from a frequency table. So 1 times 3 would give you 3. 2 times 2 would give you 4, 3 times 8 would give you 24, and 4 times 3 would give you 12. And you would have to put this extra column on there next to the frequency table, which is usually, so we usually call this X, and this is usually called F, and this is usually called Fx, as in F times X. Okay, that third column. So what we would do next is we would add up the total sweets column, which will give you 43, add up the frequency, which is the number of children, 16, 43 divided by 16, again you get that same answer. So you can see how that's kind of transferred across. So we could do this, but I'm sure that was enough revision for you for that frequency table. We're going to move on to grouped data now, and you'll see what I mean by grouped data. So here we go. This is grouped data when you've got something like age, where they've been put in a group from 16 to 18, 19 to 21, 22 to 25, and 26 to 29. So they've been put into groups. Now, how could we do that if there's not a definitive number in the age? We can't do 16 times 56, and we can't do 18 times 56. We've got to find an estimate. This is why it's called an estimate of the mean when you're using group data, because it's never going to be accurate, because you don't know, you don't know what those ages are in those groups. You don't know specifically. You only know it's between those two numbers. So let's have a look at how we could do this. So 56 people have said their age is between 16 and 18. We don't know whether that means they're 16, 17 or 18, or how many of each of those are. So some accuracy from this has been lost when we put that into groups. So what we do is we take the midpoint of the groups when we're calculating. So obviously the midpoint of 16 to 18 would be 17. The midpoint of 19 to 21 would be 20. Now 22 to 25, a way you could do that is you could add the two numbers together to find the midpoint, 22 plus 25, and then you could divide it by 2. And your answer would be 23.5 if you wanted to be really accurate there. So your midpoint of 22 and 25 is 23.5, and your midpoint of this is 27.5. Okay, so we use the midpoints instead. So midpoints would go here: 17, 20, 23.5 and 27.5. So we've got our midpoint. We add a midpoint column in there, and there are 56 people that said that their age was 17 years old. Okay, or that's what we're saying they said. So 56 times by 17, 952. Let's see if that's right. Lovely. So we've got that extra column there, Fx or F times M, really in this stage here, isn't it? F times M, this column has kind of become, because it's the frequency times the midpoint. What's the midpoint of 19 to 21? Well, we've got that, that's 20. So that goes there. 64 people are 20 years old, so 64 times by 20 to find the total number of years. 1 to 80 altogether. And then we can fill in the rest. So this here would be 23.5, and then this here would be 27.5. Now what we would do here is we'd do 92 times 23.5, which is 2162, and then we would do 12 times 27.5, which is 330. Mark those and let's see if they're right. Lovely. So what we do then to find the estimate of the mean is we find the total of the FM column, like we would usually. It would usually be FX, wouldn't it? But it's now FM. So 952, add 1280, add 2162, add 330, 4724. And the total frequency, 56, add 64, add 92, add 12224. Okay. Lovely. So our estimate of the mean would be 4724 divided by 224 which would give us 21.1 to one decimal place if we're rounding. Perfect. Let's think about why that's only an estimate. Well, because we lost accuracy when we put them into groups. So we use midpoints and lost some accuracy. So when you use midpoints, you lose some accuracy, but it just means that we've calculated, sorry, my dog's here, just means you calculated a good estimate. Okay, now this is something I want you to copy down. This is going to be a good example for us all, okay? So make sure you've got some paper. So you've got an example of how this works. Find an estimate for the mean number of books read per person. So books 0 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 11, and so on. We need to find the midpoints of those of the number of books. So that's going to be 1.5. Midpoint of 4 and 7 is 5.5. Midpoint of 8 to 11 is 9.5. 12 to 15, 13.5. And 16 to 21, I'm just going to add them together just to make sure, is 18.5 here for the midpoint. So this column is when we do frequency times midpoint, F times M, so 11 times 1.5. I'm just going to try and do this as quickly as I can so you can copy it down whilst we're going along. 17 times 9.5, 161.5, 15 times 13.5, 202.5, and then 14 times 18.5, 259. Then we'll add up our columns, our frequency column, so 11 plus 12 plus 17 plus 15 plus 14 gives 69 there, and then we've got the total of our FM column, so 16.5, which is 705.5. There we go. So if I divide those two numbers, I get 10.2 to one decimal place. Let's see if we got that right. Perfect. So if you need to pause the video at any point to copy that down, that's fine. But when you see it's grouped data, firstly, add a midpoint column if there isn't one, and secondly, add an FM column. So you need 2 extra columns instead of 1 when it's grouped data. Okay. Now, I don't think we need to do any more on that. Okay, so what I'll ask you to do now is do the corresponding mean of grouped data homework task, and I look forward to seeing your scores there. Any questions, please, you know where to find me. I'm there at email. I'm there for you to comment on your Google Classroom, and you can pause the video, go back over it whenever you need. Okay.